When creativity meets precision, Daniel Dubov shows us why he's one of the most dangerous attackers in modern chess. Let's dive into his brilliant clash against Bogdan Daniel Diak. The game begins with pawn to e4 by Dubov. Bogdan replies pawn to e5. Dubov develops knight to f3, and Bogdan answers knight to f6. The Petrov defense is on the board. Dubov boldly captures on e5 with the knight. Bogdan challenges with pawn to d6, forcing the knight back to f3. Now black grabs the pawn with knight takes c4. Dubov develops his knight to c3, striking the center. Bogdan retreats the knight back to f6. Dubov seizes space with pawn to d4, while Bogdan fianchettos with pawn to g6. White plays pawn to h3, controlling the g4 square. Black develops bishop to g7, both players castle, and we're set for battle. After that, Bogdan develops his knight to c6. Dubov anticipates with the pawn to a3, securing the b4 square. Here, Bogdan mirrors Dubov's idea with a pawn to a6. Dubov plays bishop to g5, pinning the knight. Bogdan pushes pawn to h6, chasing it back to h4, then black drops knight to e7. Dubov centralizes his rook to e1. Bogdan develops bishop to f5, and here comes the first shock. Dubov sacrifices in exchange with rook takes e7. Bogdan has to capture, queen takes e7, but Dubov keeps pressing. Bishop takes bishop on f5. Bogdan recaptures with pawn, but his structure is already shaky. Dubov leaps in with knight to d5, attacking the queen. Bogdan retreats queen to d8. Dubov calmly plays queen to d3, pointing at the king side. Bogdan pushes pawn to c6, kicking the knight. Dubov reroutes to e3, keeping pressure. Bogdan tries queen to e8. Dubov strikes with bishop takes f6. Black replies bishop takes f6. Dubov's knight jumps to f5. Bogdan plays queen to d7, and here comes a bomb. Knight takes h6 check. The king is forced to h8. Dubov keeps the initiative with queen to e4. Bogdan scrambles with rook to e8. Dubov swings the queen to f4, building the attack. Bogdan tries rook to e6 for defense. Dubov's knight returns to f5, standing proudly in the heart of black's position. Bogdan brings queen back to d8. Dubov fires queen to h6 check. The king runs to g8. And then, the killer blow, knight to g5. Dubov threatens unstoppable mate on h7. With no defense left, Bogdan resigns. If the game continued, Bogdan could only delay the inevitable. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more chess breakdowns. See you on the next board.